Hey, Anthony Tilley here, and welcome to episode 16 of the Solopreneur Show.
Welcome to the Solopreneur Show with your host, Anthony Tilley. To get your hands on more great business training and advice, plus the chance to join our free Facebook group where you will see extended guest interviews, the opportunity of free one-to-one coaching, and behind-the-scenes access to Anthony, go to www.thesolopreneurshow.com and join us today. And here's your host, the man himself, Mr. Anthony Tilley.
Hey, Anthony here, and as I said, welcome to episode 16 of the Solopreneur Show. Of course, it's Monday, so it's Ask Anthony. And this has been just the craziest week. I think probably I'm 45 years old, 46 in July, and but we don't like to talk about that very much. Although it's my wife's 50th birthday actually at the end of February, so I'm always going to be 4 years younger than her. So I'm going to get in so much trouble. So it's been a mad week. This episode it's sort of it's a bit of a strange one. It's going to be a different one. I have had a lot of people asking me questions this week, and I've also had a lot of people congratulating me, saying well done on what I've been doing with the show and with the things that have happened this week. But I've also had a couple of haters, which was quite interesting because it's not something that I've ever really had before, to be honest with you. And actually, more than anything, I just felt a bit sorry for them because if all they can do is try and rain on other people's parade, to use the old Barbara Streisand song, that's their problem. I've just felt sorry for them and really just didn't even bother engaging, to be honest with you. The majority of people, though, have said, well done, awesome. And I've also had a lot of people messaging me saying, how did you do this? What did you do? How did you come up with the idea? How did you create this business? What steps did you take? And it's interesting. Over the last few months, as you know, if you're a listener to the show, I used to have a very successful solo ads business. I've done that since 2010, pretty much with the exception of about sort of 6 or 9 months where I was a launch manager. And I never really, I did the business, it was okay, it brought in decent money, but it really didn't fulfill me. And I guess, I got to the point in my life where if I'm going to be doing this, if you're working from home, you've got to be passionate about it. And that now actually is one of my sort of overriding messages for the people that I serve, for the viewers, for the listeners, for the people inside of the group, for the people inside of the new membership, etc., the Solopreneur Show VIP Club, anybody that's sort of connected to and listens to this in any way, shape or form, you've got to be passionate about this. And I sat down and I thought about the things that I enjoy doing, the things that I don't enjoy doing, and how could I build a business around the thing that I really enjoyed and avoid the thing that I didn't enjoy. And that's where I really came up with the idea of the Solopreneur Show, because one of the things I am passionate about helping people, about imparting my knowledge and just trying to offer some sort of encouragement and ideas to people who want to kickstart a home-based business. Now, it's interesting, when I first started and I came up with the idea of this, it was very much, I just want to put a whole load of stuff out there, just want to interview people and just want to help. But as time has gone on, it's become very apparent to me, there is a particular community that needs serving, a particular community that needs help. And that's why you'll start to see a bit of a shift with the show. I'm really structuring and focusing on those people who are looking to start a home-based business. They might be in a job at the minute. They're looking to try and get some extra income. Maybe they want to do it full-time, maybe they don't, but they want to start a home-based business. They want to do something from home. They also have woken up to the realization that nobody else is going to do this for them. In terms of life, you've got to, you get out what you put in, you've got to do it yourself, whatever sort of little sound bites you want to use. But they've also as well woken up to the reality that there aren't any get-rich-quick schemes. It takes a huge amount of work. The amount of work and effort and time that I have put into this over the last couple of months is just phenomenal. And there is far, far more to go. There is years of hard work ahead of me, and I'm completely prepared for that, because actually this is something that I'm hugely passionate about. So that's sort of the structure that you'll see in terms of the change. But in terms of this week that I've had, it has just been absolutely phenomenal. And the reason why I'm going to tell you this and share this with you is to highlight the essential need for complete and utter commitment and activity in any project that you want to start. I interviewed on Tuesday two really, really great guys, both very, very experienced in their own relevant place in the market. The first one was Neil Stafford, and that is going to be this Thursday's podcast. Neil is the gentleman who runs Internet Marketing Review. Now, that's a website, but it's also an offline newsletter, and he's been doing that for about 16 years. Now, that's a long time in internet marketing world. That's like about 50 in the real world. Long time. And the one thing that I had this amazing interview with him, amazing chat. And the one thing, there's a point when you listen to the interview, you will hear me say, I want to come back to that. There's something I want to come back to you with that. And I didn't. And I'm so frustrated with myself. And the reason that, the thing that I wanted to come back to was that I'd listened to something else that Neil had done. And he's an expert in memberships. He's an expert in membership programs, and has really sort of helped so many people with that side of thing, that side of the business, continuity. And I heard an interview with him where he said that for the first 6 months of that membership, he had one member for 6 months. Now, most people, that would absolutely cripple them, and they would have chucked in the towel, sort of long before that 6 months got there. And I believe at the time that interview that I saw with him, that one person was actually still a member, which is just phenomenal. So that interview, really great interview. So I really, really recommend that you listen to that, because the great thing is what Neil is talking about, and this is where I want to go with the show, is starting to help people, in a couple of different ways. So ultimately, people who want to start a home-based business, that is the ultimate thing, and then helping them to decide what is best for them. And with Neil, with the memberships, you listen to some of the different niches that people have got, you really wouldn't think of that. You wouldn't think of that as being a real money maker, but people have created memberships around these different topics and around these different niches. So I highly recommend that you keep your ears open, ready for Thursday's episode, because it really is a cracker. Then Tuesday afternoon, I interviewed the author and just an amazing gentleman, Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he sat where you are now. There's sort of as I'm looking at the camera now, I was looking straight down and looking at my laptop and talking to him, and it was an amazing experience. It really was, even though we were just thousands of miles apart. There was just this aura around him, and the compliments that he gave to me personally and to the show, and the reason why he wanted to come on the show really did blow me away. And that I'm just waiting for a few bits and pieces, but that show will be coming very soon, and it's amazing. It really is amazing. He pulls no punches, and we really had good fun. It was lovely. The first thing he said when he came off the interview was, "Man, that was so much fun." So, which for me, when a guest says something like that, it really feels worth it. So keep an ear out. I don't need to big up that that interview anymore. It's Robert Kiyosaki. Just when you see it, you've just got to watch it. Then later on in the week, I launched a book, the Solopreneur Show book, Volume 1, and basically what I'd done was I'd got the interviews, the first 5 interviews transcribed. I then sat down, went through them, edited them, made them readable, gave them to my publisher. I also, as well, on the same day that launched on the Saturday, I also launched the Solopreneur Show VIP Club, which basically the VIP Club is a membership. And in that membership, each week, when an interview appears, there will then be 3 videos that go deeper into the topics that I've discussed with my guests, and giving more hints, tips, strategies, ideas for the members, for the VIP members, to go out and implement and to use within their own home-based business, or in some cases with some of the videos to use as an inspiration for starting a home-based business. It really is, it's a starting point for anybody who just doesn't really know where they are at the minute, how to get started, or if they've got some sort of small home-based business, how to scale it, how to make it bigger, how to market it, etc. So it's a really, really great place. You can get access to that actually if you click on the link that is anywhere near this video. You know, if you're on the show page, then it'll be down below. If it's in Facebook, etc., I'll make sure there's a link where you can go and get your hands on the book and check that out. But the point I wanted to make was, I have taken massive action over the last couple of months. And yes, okay, you know, I've been doing this for quite a while. I've built online businesses before. I've worked with big marketers. I've worked behind the scenes for a lot of marketers as well with their campaigns. But essentially what I'm doing here and now with the show was something from a standing start and was new to me. Podcasts I'd never done before. So, you know, I've learned all about that. I've learned all about the podcast. It's me that's done all of this, has got things put up, because what I wanted to do, calling this the Solopreneur Show, what I wanted to do was to do all of this stuff myself, or certainly as much of it as I could. Okay, there was a couple of bits I think I said before, and in fact, actually, the thing that I got somebody else to do, again, I could have done it myself. I just wanted them to do it just to speed things up. I got them to do the logo, etc. I got them to upload the theme and the WordPress, that kind of stuff, which actually probably was one of the easiest bits of it, but I just wanted them to be doing that for me. But this is something that anybody can do. It's not complicated. It's just actually doing it and deciding you're going to do it and get started. And that's the whole point now. What I want the show to be all about is helping people like yourself to get their home-based business off the ground, deciding what that home-based business is. And I'll be talking more about that in next week's Ask Anthony. About basically, for me, I think there are 3 key areas that if you're going to start a home-based business, 3 key things that, you know, you can do one of those 3 to start it. And I'm going to talk about that in next week's show. But for now, what I wanted to do is I just wanted this episode to be an answer to those people who said to me, "But how did you get started? You know, what did you do, etc. to do this? You know, how come it's become so successful?" And the thing is, I took massive action. I went out there. I came up with the idea of what it was I was going to do, the vision that I wanted to have. I looked then at the platforms that there are out there. Now, clearly, iTunes for a podcast has to be. Then you go and look for your Android solution. And unfortunately, Google Play at the minute here in the UK, Google Play don't allow UK podcasts. So basically, though, you want to sort of go with Android. So I went with Stitcher. So I put that's on Stitcher. I then obviously wanted to have a domain and a website, put WordPress on there, got the logo designed, and there was the blog. The site itself, I didn't want it to be anything really flash and complicated. Again, I wanted it to be something that people could look at and go, you know what? If he can do that, I can do it as well. That's the whole point of what I'm doing here. I really want the things that I do and the things that I share to be things that somebody who doesn't have a huge amount of knowledge, somebody that's starting out, can do and can implement themselves. So we got the show site up and running. Now, I then went to people that I know. That obviously is not something that everybody can do. But even if you just know one person, they will know somebody else, and they will know somebody else. That's the key. That is the key to this, is leveraging those relationships you already have. And if you don't have any relationships whatsoever, if you're doing this kind of thing, if you want to do interviews, go out, just start asking, start talking to people, sharing with them with your vision. created a 3-page document that laid out basically what the show was, what its ethos was, what I wanted to achieve, what guests were going to get from it, what the benefit to them was going to be, and shared that with them, shared it with them with people that I didn't know, and I've got them to become guests as well. And as I say, I leveraged the relationships that I had with people already. So there is though a solution for people, as I say, who don't have those relationships, and it's just more hustle. Because that's all I've done as well around the other things that I didn't know. I've just hustled and I've learned and I've gone out and taken action. Then obviously recorded the shows, come up with interviews. What I like to do, obviously, I like talking to people, and that's the style that I preferred. But there's no reason why you just can't ask the questions. And I got the books transcribed and put them into Kindle format. I got them up onto Kindle. Now, that is something that I have used a publisher. I've used Kevin Long and Baby Steps Publishing to do, but Kevin has got a great series that he is prepared to share with VIP club members, so you'd need to sort of be a member there, but he's got a great process that he can help people with to learn how to do that kind of thing if you want to put Kindle books up. And it's all about taking action, going out, researching and looking for the solutions that are out there. You will find a lot of things out there that are free as well that will help you to set this business up. So this Ask Anthony, as I say, really was about, for those people who asked me their questions about getting started, what they did. The steps I took are steps that anybody could take to do this, but they're also steps that are very generic to starting a home-based business. It's coming up with an idea, it's working out your plan, and basically go out and executing it and trying your damnedest to make it work and going out and researching. There's plenty, that the internet is there, as a research tool. There's plenty of research to be done. But of course, I also have the books that are guides, designed to help you to decide which way you want to go with your business. So that is what moving forward the Solopreneur Show is going to be. That is what it stands for, is helping people like yourself to start a home-based business, whether it's something that you want to make full-time, it's up to you, or whether it's something you want to run alongside, a job. If you've got a job that you enjoy, that you're passionate about, and it gives you the lifestyle that you want, that's absolutely great as well. This isn't, not everybody has to be entrepreneurs. Not everybody has to, go hard or go home and all this kind of thing. You may just want to start to do more with a passion that you have as well. There may be something that you're passionate about and you just want to spread the word and build a community and help more people to achieve the kind of things that you've achieved with your hobby or with your passion. So that's what we're going to be looking at in future shows and inside of the Facebook group and inside of the VIP club as well. So, as I said, wherever you're watching this, there will be a link very near to it that you can go and get hold of the book. If you're just listening to the podcast, go to the solopreneurshow.com/Ask Anthony 4. That is the number 4, and you'll be able to get hold of the book. All right. So that is it for this week's Ask Anthony. Very, very exciting week I've already had. I've got an exciting week coming up as well. And in fact, over this weekend, it's the Six Nations Rugby starts. So if you are one of the supporters of either England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales or France, best of luck or Italy. I apologise to Italy because that's actually where we're going. We're going next weekend to see the Wales-Italy game, so really looking forward to that. It's part of my wife's 50th birthday present. Believe me, she's a rugby enthusiast. It's not that I'm just dragging her to Italy and just saying this is part of your present. She really, really wants to go as well. She's a big rugby fan. You can see, I think the lights are probably catching this picture. As you can see there, boys there, both in their rugby tour kit from a few years ago. So that's always high on the agenda, which actually, funnily enough, when I came off my call with Robert Kiyosaki, we had a good chat. Actually, most of it was all around rugby. He's a big rugby fan. So that was nice to chat to him about that as well. So I really hope you've enjoyed today's show. And as I said, going forward, really going to be helping you even more to find that one thing for you that is going to help you to start to create a home-based business. All right, so wherever you're seeing this as well, like, share, review, comment, etc. Any feedback is always welcome, and I look forward to speaking to you again on the next Ask Anthony. And of course, this Thursday we have Mr. Neil Stafford. Don't miss that, because he shares a huge amount of information about memberships that you can create based around your passion. All right, so take care, have a good week, and I'll see you on Thursday. Cheers, bye now.
To get your hands on more great business training and advice, plus the chance to join our free Facebook group where you will see extended guest interviews, the opportunity of free one-to-one coaching, and behind-the-scenes access to Anthony, go to www.thesolopreneurshow.com and join us today.